Hey guys, my name is Ryan.
And my name is Miska.
And welcome to Overwatch Central. So you're not climbing, and just before this video starts, this topic is specifically for those that have stagnated in an area. This could be by constant win-loss, win-win, loss-loss, win-loss, for example, and you just seem to be stuck at the same SR constantly. I'm in the exact same boat myself, and just to be clear, we're not here to give you a tip that's destined to get you out of this limbo 100%. It doesn't really work like that, but what we are here to do is to help you make the most out of this situation, go over some reasons why you may be stuck there, and just as a hint, it's not about you being inconsistent, far from it, and finally what you need to bear in mind to become an overall much better Overwatch player in Ranked.
So some of you might have noticed that it seems a little bit harder to climb at this part of the season, right? There are a few reasons for this. Ranked games this season have been pretty inconsistent overall. This continuation from Season 2 to Season 3 in the congestion of low plat high gold in its overall player base, but like a cat up a tree, you don't know how some players got to where they are. Ryan had 2 games of high master level, for example, and one of them where 2 teams played dive comp. Lots of communication and coordination. Sort of in his words, it was one of the best games of Overwatch I've played. And then the game directly after had someone that wouldn't change off Torbjorn, and somebody that was playing Pharah didn't really know what they were doing, and an Ana that just went AFK and started tilting after one team fight. The juxtaposition between these 2 games in itself at master level is pretty crazy, to be honest. It's also nearing the end of the season, so most players have kind of settled into an SR tier, so it just makes it very difficult to break the mold compared to the start of the season. These are just a few reasons as to why you may be stuck where you are, but we definitely think there's more to it than just you being stuck where you deserve to be.
So this video is about what to do when you're stuck in this situation, and a main portion of this has to do with your mindset. Some of you may have missed out some of your targets and overall may be feeling kind of deflated, annoyed, and just pissed off that your ranked experience has kind of turned into this yo-yo effect with no gradual gain, especially if you're stuck at a rank that you think you're better than. You may be around 2,800 trying to get into Diamond as a target, but you just can't get there. It's like starting a diet, going on the weights and then realizing that you've lost absolutely nothing. So how should we approach it? Well, your skill isn't based alone on SR rank really, is it? It's a metric used to enable fair matchmaking. Well, it's supposed to be. Your skill rating isn't just a number, you're not the same skill between every match. It's a spectrum between your best and your worst. I mean, look at this graph that we're showing on screen. Say that you're directly mid-platinum, 2750 exactly. You main Zarya, and on a good day you can easily play at a diamond level, mid-diamond level-y. But the issue is you can be pretty inconsistent on other heroes, game modes, or just have some games where you don't perform as well. Let's ignore the other players and matchmaking inconsistencies for now, as you can't realistically do anything about that. It's the same all the way up to GM, you'll have idiots on your team, it's part of the process. But what I'm saying is that your skill and rank isn't just a point on a ladder, it's a spectrum between your best and your worst, and the key to being a better player isn't necessarily to just raise the high point or the point in the middle, it's about reducing the gap between your best and your worst. It's to become a much more consistent player on a certain hero, across certain heroes, stuff like that. And that's what makes a pro player pro. Of course they are incredibly good, but they are consistently incredibly good. But the main thing that I want to highlight here is just because you're not going anywhere in ranked, it doesn't mean that you're not improving. So use this opportunity of being stuck in the same spot to become a much more consistent player across your main, across other heroes that you might want to play for Season 4 if you haven't had the chance, and just use this opportunity to practice, experiment, and gain experience.
There is a small problem with this though, and it also might be another reason as to why you're not climbing. We're seeing a bit of a tempo and meta change within Overwatch at the moment and its ranked experience. Diva mains will definitely know what I mean here. We've gone from a very tank heavy meta to more heroes like Genji and Tracer appearing. A lot of players that have climbed throughout this period are adjusting to a little bit of a new playstyle, so to say. Ryan, one amongst many, and myself are practicing a lot more dive comps and those sort of heroes because it's a legitimate strategy that can be used a lot more right now, and it may become an emphasized composition much like triple tanks was. It's also a lot of fun to play dive comp, I may add. And this is the main thing. Practice. Learn about the state of the game, read up on r/competitive Overwatch and r/Overwatch University and other places where people share knowledge about the game to see what's going on. If you're not at your season high right now, take it easy. Practice heroes you may want to play for Season 4, be more critical of your own performances, record gameplay and watch it back to see what you did poorly or not. And to be honest, specifically, it doesn't matter exactly how you do it or what you do, just make sure that you don't stop playing entirely. It may seem like a slump and a period where you're not progressing, but believe me, this is the time where you can and will improve the most. So ignore what rank you're stuck at now and think about how you can become a better player overall rather than trying to make a number go up on your screen. Most of you will know that your rank doesn't matter in the end, but experience, experimentation, practice and most of all having fun definitely does.
And that's it for this time. Thank you very much for watching. Do let us know what you think of this video, what sort of problems you have run into in your own ranked games, and let us know in the comments below. We might make a video trying to sort of help some of these common scenarios, if that makes sense. But until next time, take care. We'll see you then.